All right, welcome to Hedrick Field, and we are underway. High school field hockey. We've got the Brewer Witches playing on their home field at Hedrick up against the John Bapst Crusaders. Brewer comes in with a record of 1-2. John Bapst is 0-1. Jim Churchill, along with our guest analyst tonight, Kendra Diaz. We got Mark Paulette directing the show. Nathaniel Bailey and Max Pottle on camera. Thanks for joining us here on Ticket TV at 929theticket.com. Kendra, good evening, and thanks for joining us here for the broadcast.
You're welcome. Thanks you for having me.
Now, full disclosure, we must mention that Kendra is the older sister of Madison Diaz, or Maddie Diaz, who is the goalie for the Brewer Witches.
Yes.
And we had some of the other varsity players on for the JV game the other night, Brewer against Hamden, and they say they also just call her Diaz.
Yes, I'm not sure why they just call her Diaz, but...
All right. So just underway, playing quarters this year in high school field hockey. And Brewer moving the ball upfield. It's going to be taken away by John Bapst as they volley it back and forth across midfield, and that violation right there, is that a stick violation?
Yes.
Yeah. Once again, I'm learning on the fly here. This is my third field hockey game ever, Kendra, so bear with me. Don't judge me, just on one game here now. Oh, Brewer in tight, trying to get a shot off, and the ball is moved away from the goal. Good pressure there
now
by
it is
Brewer.
A corner.
So the corner and that violation happening within the circle. And was that a foot violation?
I'm not sure. I didn't see that one.
Again, we got Nathaniel Bailey on camera. He's on some scaffolding behind our broadcast position right along the sideline here. And Max Pottle on camera number 2 working the sidelines. All right, Brewer with possession. And a shot does not get through. Blocked in front by a John Bapst player. And John Bapst will take control. We'll take a look at the Brewer roster here momentarily. And then I'll run down the John Bapst roster as well. Battle for the ball, still in the Witches zone, but a violation there. And now John Bapst will push it up the right side. Thanks again to Riley Fields, a former UMaine star. She joined us for the varsity game last Thursday night. She'll be back for some more games later on in the season. Ooh, now that's a, what was that, an air dribble there?
Mm-hmm.
Good hit there, but it doesn't get through. And a foot violation. And we got a corner here for Brewer. So the positions, we got 4 players now in the goal and 1 outside. The position of that player outside the goal for John Bapst. Oh, okay. All right. Just say, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
All right, shot. Partially blocked near the edge of the circle there. And a whistle, and it's going to be John Bapst. You can see the official. Because the players, one thing I'm very impressed with, Kendra, is the discipline of the players. Like when that whistle blows, because they have to be 5 yards away or 5 feet away?
5 yards.
5 yards away from the ball. Coaches drill that into you guys, right?
Yes.
So again, Kendra, the older sister of Maddie Diaz, the goaltender for Brewer, and you played 4 years at Old Town.
Yes, I did.
Brewer just coming off a loss at Old Town, 3-0, which is, as I mentioned earlier, 1-2. That win coming in the game we broadcast on Thursday, come from behind win for Brewer against Hamden Academy. They won that game 3-2. Oh, nice hit there. Bapst trying to get some pressure on Miss Diaz in the Brewer goal. She's standing quite casually there right now, looking very comfortable. John Bapst wants to make her uncomfortable. Solid hit, but it's picked off by Brewer. Now a battle for the ball. Bapst with control. Shot in tight, and another whistle.
It's a corner.
And that's going to be a corner for John Bapst. Churchill and Kendra Diaz. We also have Mark Paulette, who is directing and communicating as well. Mark, the Patriots game moved from Sunday to Monday night, and the Pats will be kicking it off against the Chiefs here in just shy of an hour, and it's not going to be Cam Newton at quarterback.
No, and
there's a goal as John Bapst fires one from the right side, took one hop and skipped into the goal, and Bapst with an early 1-0 lead that comes at the 9-minute mark here in the first quarter. As you take a look at it there, tail end of the play. Wish they would announce the going to have the crew over there announce the goal scorer for us. And now Bapst on the attack again. So an early 1-0 lead for the Crusaders. We'll get that goal scorer for you. I hesitate to start talking about that Patriots game. Things happen so fast there. Now Brewer working up the right side. So Brian Hoyer at quarterback tonight, Mark, in the now Monday night affair.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that I've been quiet for the first 6.5 minutes of this game, because if I try to talk about field hockey, I will end up looking like Brian Hoyer trying to play quarterback tonight for the Patriots. It's going to be a disaster.
Nice analogy there.
I think they're 11-point underdogs, so I don't know. Everyone expects them to cover. It's Brian Hoyer.
And the Witches strike right back. And we'll take a look at this goal, and that's the John Bapst goal.
I think we got something going on with our cameras here. Let's try this button.
All right, here we go. Here's the Witches on the attack from the right side, and that is going to be number 32 with the goal there for Brewer. And putting it home for the Witches to get this game tied at 1 is Janessa Bishop, senior forward. Lives in Holden. She was one of our guest analysts in the JV game in the first half of that game on Thursday night. So Janessa gets this one even. Now, field hockey generally, Kendra, is a low-scoring game, but we're off to a hot start here tonight.
Yes.
Now, were you a prolific goal scorer in high school?
I scored average. I was more on getting it up to the girls.
Assisting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's a very important job. Distributing that ball. So again, Patriots and Chiefs, they're going to start at 7:05, and then the originally Monday night game, or originally scheduled Monday night game, that has been pushed back to about 8:45 or 8:50.
8:50, yeah, Packers and the Falcons.
And a whistle and a violation.
But it's not only Cam Newton out tonight, it's also no Sony Michel. Shaq Mason has just been rolled out. So
oh boy.
Kind of looking at the JV Patriots going into Arrowhead.
And there's a hard shot. Whoa, save off the right leg there by the Bapst goalie. Also wearing number 44, as is Maddie Diaz, the senior goalie for Brewer. Wow, that was a solid hit. Look at this right here. Woo! Hard shot, yeah. Right leg save there. John Bapst does not provide us with numbers on their roster, so
that's always helpful.
We'll have to get our crack research team on this. I'm going to have to give Dan O'Connell a hard time, the John Bapst AD. He got the rosters in way too late. Couldn't get the graphics done. I hope he's watching. All right, Brewer. Centering pass there, and a couple of witches in the vicinity, including Brooklyn Fick. She had 3 goals for Brewer, a hat trick in that 3-2 come from behind win over Hamden the other night. 5.5, as you can see, left to go here in the first quarter. Bapst 1, Brewer 1. I wasn't quite sure what that violation was right there. Oh, one other thing I want you to explain, Kendra, is there are certain parts of the stick that they have to use to actually strike the ball.
Yes, you can only use one side of your stick. There's a rounded side that you're not allowed to use. That is also a violation as well if they see you using that. But no, that's why when they dribble it, you see them twist it back and forth.
Yep.
It's because you can only hit it on the flat side of your stick.
All right, Witches still on the attack. Now Bapst. Pushing upfield. Witches with the takeaway there. Espling, another senior for Brewer. 8 seniors on this Brewer field hockey team. So it's going to be some big shoes to fill next year. All right, which is get it into the zone once again. And as we talked with the seniors again, your sister, Maddie, starting to play for Brewer last year, correct?
Yes.
There's a shot wide of the goal to the left. You see here, ball in the circle and the shot taken. Some nice force behind that shot, but wide left. So the score remains 1-1. Under the lights here at Hedrick Field, home of Brewer field hockey. And while we got a chance here, Mark, let's take a look at the Brewer roster. As I mentioned, 8 seniors on that squad. See a couple of freshmen mixed in as well. And the ball in deep once again. That ball is kicked out of there by the John Bapst goalie. I was hoping that John Bapst might have their names on the back of the jerseys. Didn't expect it, but I have the names and the grades, but no numbers. Bapst had the early lead, trying to get it back. Now, one thing Riley Field, our analyst in the first game on Thursday night, said that generally teams try to bring the ball up the right side of the field.
Yes, that's our strong side of the field.
Yeah. At the beginning of that game on Thursday night, everybody was bringing it up the left side, but in the second half, that right side got the bulk of the use.
Mm-hmm.
2 officials, generally speaking, for these high school field hockey games. And we got a foot violation. Bapst, strong hit. Goes about half the length of the field. Gets past a Crusader player. They get it back. Pass to the middle of the field. Bapst trying to set up their attack here, but good defense there by Brewer, and the takeaway by Claire Warmouth. She was also a guest analyst in the JV game on Thursday.
I don't know if I'm allowed to touch that ball or not, so I'm going to let it roll.
Yeah. We don't want a touch violation against our crew here. Now, Kendra, the other night, it was in the varsity game. Riley Field was sitting where you are to my right. You know, and I'm sitting here, I'm listening to sticks hit that ball, and it looks like a big pool ball to me. Okay? And I'm saying, how hard is that ball? And she said, oh, they're quite hard. She said, I took one off the knee one time. And within, like, 3 minutes, somebody had one of the best hits of the night, came across the end line, hit me on my left foot. I have a bruise now on my left foot.
Yes.
They are very hard.
They are.
What's worse, getting hit by the ball or the stick?
Well, I've never been hit by the stick, thankfully, but the ball is definitely very painful. I drove right into the shins, and you even have shin pads on, and it left a massive bruise. So they are definitely not soft.
All right, Brewer on the attack, shot on goal. I think that was another save by the Bapst goalie. We're going to get her name. She has performed quite well. One shot got past her, but she's made some outstanding saves, about 3 of them here tonight, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. At the end of 1, we are tied at 1. It is Brewer 1 and John Bapst 1 as we come to you live from Hedrick Fields.
So they're going to play out this corner.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So this corner for Brewer. And it will stop when the defense gets control of the ball?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, now that was like a backhanded shot. Was that the flat part of the stick she hit it with?
Yes,
okay.
So it was more of like the curve.
Here it is right here. And for Brewer, that was a Paige Seymour.
You'll see her turn it.
Oh, yes. Wow. Strong hit, but knocked down in front, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. Back with second quarter action from Hedrick Field. Tied at 1 on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Hedrick Field as we head to the second quarter. Jim Churchill along with Kendra Diaz, Mark Paulette. Thanks for joining us here on Ticket TV. And our broadcast here tonight is brought to you in part by Brewer Federal Credit Union. We're here for all life's moments. 1-1 our scores. We get things going once again. The Witches making their way out onto the field. Janessa Bishop, the goal scorer for Brewer. During the half, will track down the John Bapst goal scorer. Strong hit. Now, the one thing about field hockey is there's no offsides, so you don't have to worry about that. Kind of wish that was the case in ice hockey, too. Really loosen up the game a little bit. And again, it's Bapst working up the right side. There was a foot violation across the way. Strong hit by Bapst, knocked down by Brewer. Bapst gets it back. Here's a shot trickling in on Maddie Diaz. She's got the save, but the second attempt is going to go in the goal for John Bapst. First attempt. There's the kick save by Diaz, and then the second shot is in by number 2. Again, unfortunately, we don't have numbers to go along with that John Bapst roster. So that'll make it 2-1 Bapst. Bapst lost their only game played this year, 2-0 at Herman. Their first 2 games were either postponed or canceled. A lot of freshmen on this John Bapst squad. I will run down the roster. Asia Doobie, she's a junior. Audra Brooks, a junior. Claire Kelly, a freshman. Elise Nato, a freshman as well. Emily Falkingham, a junior. Georgina LaGrange, a senior. Gwen Rand, a freshman. Lauren Hogan, a freshman. Lindsay Kelly, a junior. Madeline Coppathorn, a freshman. Olivia Rand, a freshman. And Sam Warren, a freshman. The coach for John Bapst, Edith Dyer. We're looking to clear the zone there, pushing it up the left side. The Witches can't quite get it across midfield. Now they regroup. And And violation there against Bapst, so Brewer with possession. Hit straight up the middle of the field. It's going to be knocked down by Bapst. Now it's Brewer. Claire Warmoth on the left side. Now she is listed as utility. Does that mean she can play a lot of different positions?
Yes.
Okay.
The Brock Holt of the team.
There you go, the Brock star. Should mention Kendra Diaz, a member of the Air Force, working in Bangor. You just recently went to Texas for some training, or?
Yes.
Yep. Well, thank you for all of your good work with the Air Force.
Thank you.
2-1 Bapst. First few minutes of the second quarter. So, Mark, we were talking a little football earlier, a couple of games.
Long time coming, because that team. Oh.
And a goal there for Brewer. They have tied it up. Back and forth we go. What is proving to be a high-scoring first half as that ball gets through. And I believe that was number 17 for Brewer. That would be Paige Seymour.
I think we're now 3 for 3 when you go to me to add anything to the broadcast. A goal is scored.
Just start talking football with Mark, and a goal is scored. I'm going to start our conversations in the middle of the field. I'm starting them too close to the circle. All right. Quarter number 2. Deuces are wild on that scoreboard across the way. Quarter number 2. Brewer has 2 now. And Bapst has 2. This is kind of mimicking our game the other night where the team in purple, Hamden, scored the first goal. Brewer scored the second goal. Hamden scored the third goal of the game. Brewer scored the fourth goal of the game. And eventually Brewer would score the 5th goal of the game as well. So good action in this one, and that ball goes across the near sideline. It's going to be off Bapst, so Brewer will hit it in. Hitting it in for the Witches will be Jenna McQuarrie. She's just a sophomore for Brewer. Haven't seen many aerials in this game, can you see? I'm showing off there with my my terms, my field hockey terms. Why don't you describe for the fans out there what an aerial is?
So basically an aerial is when they throw the ball up and over the girls' heads. Now it has to be a certain height or it's deemed dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, that
It was
hard
my
ball.
favorite trick to do.
Really? You
Yes.
like the aerial?
Yes.
Did you ever strike anybody with an aerial?
No.
Really? Wow. So you're basically lifting that ball.
Yeah, you're throwing it with a
Yeah.
stick.
All right, Bapst trying to regain the lead. They've had it twice in this one. 10 minutes left to go here in this first half. And it looks like we might have a corner here for John Bapst. So 4 Brewer players in the goal. That's where they start. A 5th Brewer player just outside the goal. And Bapst gets it in. Knocked down on the right side. Shot is blocked. And looks like we're going to have another corner here for Bapst. Tell you what, Kendra, and we noticed this the other night, when that sun goes down, the temperature drops quite quickly.
Yes, it does.
We had major dew. It was like it had rained on our broadcast position the other night. Everything was just soaking. Kind of has that same feel in the air here tonight. All right, again, comes in, knocked down on the right side. Brewer player lost a stick there.
Now a big thing when they're taking it right there is they need to remember to go 5.
Say it again.
When the girl is taking it right there, they need to remember to go 5 before they can pass it off to another 5 yards.
Yes. Yep. Clear that space. Good look there from our sideline camera. Ouch. Now that was an aerial right to the midsection. Or an attempt at an aerial, right?
I think that when she hit it, it bounced off her stick a little.
Oh, okay. Wow. Solid hit there. And I guess a foot violation against Brewer.
So, Jim, what exactly is a foot violation? I've heard you say it a lot.
Well, you can't hit the ball with your foot.
Simple enough.
No player can hit the ball with their foot, unless it's the goalie.
Or unless you're bringing it in, because you can't touch it with your hand this year.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, well, bringing it in like hit it in.
Yes.
Okay, yes. But in the field of play.
Yeah, no.
Or unless you're a broadcaster and it nails you.
Or unless you're a goalie.
Yes.
They can kick it, yes.
Yes. Yeah, the foot violation is pretty straightforward.
It's probably the number one
Yes.
thing you get called on in field hockey.
And the official will signal it by lifting their leg and touching their knee, correct?
Yes.
Generally. They don't go all the way down and touch their foot. That would be quite time-consuming. Ooh, here's a little takeaway by Bapst. Brewer trying to get it back. And the ball cleared out of there. And coming up the right side for Brewer is number 2, and that's Allison Crawford. She's another senior. And the Witches in deep, and a score by Brewer. And this is going to be number 32 with the goal for Brewer. And once again, that is Janessa Bishop, her second goal of the game. Goals aplenty here in this first half. The Witches with their first lead of the night. Once again, the JV matchup between Brewer and John Bapst coming up next here on Ticket TV at 929theticket.com. So now it's Bapst on the short end of the stick as they try to get back even here with Brewer. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Witches here. And again, they're 1-2 coming in, trying to get their record even. And next up for the Witches, they'll travel to Hamden Academy. That will be on Thursday. And next week at Bangor, they'll host Herman. Belfast, that was Brewer's opponent for the first game, which is losing that one by a score of 4-0 in the Fog, and then Bangor at Brewer, and they'll wrap up the 10-game schedule at Herman later in the month. And whistle violation there against Bapst, and that was an attempt at an aerial, right?
Yes.
Just didn't quite get the lift she wanted there. So we believe for Brewer, we've got 2 goals for Janessa Bishop and a goal for Paige Seymour. And we're going to get the names of those Bapst goal scorers at the half. Under 5 minutes left to go here in this first half. And pass deflected, picked up by Bapst in the middle of the field. Hedrick Field actually in much better shape than I thought it was going to be. There's a battle for the ball A battle won by Bapst. Ball in the corner and eventually goes across the end line. Broadcast of high school sports here on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Tim Bush. If you're looking to buy or sell your next home, call Tim at Next Home Experience today. His number, 951-0747. 3:45 left to go here in the first half. And Brewer trying to move it upfield, and it's going to be a foot violation against Bapst. And Brewer quickly with the hit. Hit by Brianna Lavin. She's a sophomore. She plays on both the JV and the varsity. She scored a goal in the JV game the other night. So foot violation, pretty straightforward. You can't touch the ball with your foot in the field of play except for the goalies. Now, stick violation, Kendra, clarify it for us.
So hacking when they're hitting each other's stick, that's a big one.
Okay. So like that's what Mark would do. He would just try to break the other player's stick.
Go for sticks, legs, whatever's in my way.
Just hack away.
Yes.
Now, how often do the sticks actually break?
I've never had one break.
Never had a
No,
stick
but a
break.
big problem is the paint chipping off the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the grip. The grip always seems to fall off.
That makes sense. Now, are the sticks made of a composite, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Not pure wood.
They
right?
actually used to be made out of wood, and now that's where you'd see the sticks breaking.
Yep.
But I have not seen a composite one break yet.
Yeah, it's kind of like in baseball, they use composite bats, and they are much more cost-effective.
Yes. But when it's cold and you drive the ball, it hurts, stings your hands.
Yeah. Rattles the bones in your hands just a little bit. All right, under 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Our broadcast brought to you by Twin City Tire. Twin City Tire is your #1 locally owned snow tire dealer located at 609 Wilson Street. We'll get back to that read here in just a second as Brewer threatening once again. And a kick save, and eventually the ball gets loose, and it is driven home by Brewer, and the Witches have extended their lead. Good look here. Nice save again by the Bapst goalie, but then following it up, and was that tipped in? I think it might have been Janessa Bishop again on the rebound with the first shot. You have to take another look at that to see who was right on the doorstep of the goal there. They may have tipped it in. There's Janessa. Okay, there's the save. There's Janessa with the initial shot, and then I don't know if that was tipped in or not. Couldn't catch the number. So we've got some work to do at half. Again, Twin City Tire, your #1 locally owned snow tire dealer, located at 609 Wilson Street in Brewer. Or visit Twin City Tire Express at 30 Sparks Avenue in Brewer. .45 seconds left here in the first half, so the Witches have scored the last 3 goals. They trailed it 2-1, 3 unanswered goals for Brewer. And they have doubled up Bapst here in this first half with half a minute left to go.
What would classify as a high-scoring field hockey game?
Like 4-2?
I would say anywhere above like 10.
Oh,
okay.
really? Okay,
Yes.
so we got a ways to go.
But we're trending definitely above 10 at this point. Seconds winding down here in this first half. Bapst maybe with one last shot, but not the case as the buzzer sounds, or what is that, a siren, I guess, sounding here to end the first half. And Brewer will emanate from the first 30 minutes with a 4-2 lead. Kendra, are you allowed to stay with us more? Or? Great. All right. All right, 4-2 Brewer at the end of half number one. We'll take a break, come back with the halftime show. This is high school sports on Ticket TV at 929theticket.com.
We want your business.
Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Twin City Tire does all kinds of mechanical repair. We're a team of local professionals who know how to get it right the first time. We offer loaner cars and free shuttle service. Hang out in our comfortable waiting area where there's free Wi-Fi. At Twin City Tire, we may fix cars and trucks, but our real business is helping people get back on the road. Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Come to Twin City Tire. Remember,
we want your business.
You've always known what you wanted, no matter how far down the road it looked. We're here to help you get there. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
Tim Bush, real estate agent with Next Home Experience, is ready to help you with your real estate needs. Whether it's buying, selling, or investing, Tim is here to make all your real estate goals happen. Tim is also a proud supporter of all local high school sports and would like to wish all the athletes a successful 2020 fall season. Tim will also be donating a portion of every sale to the Brady Nickerson Foundation. Call Tim Bush from Next Home Experience today, 951-0747. That's 951-0747.
Fire, water, storm damage, and even mold. We can take care of it all anytime, day or night. From cleanup to reconstruction, tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services.
Whether your team is your family, your business, or your employees, staying connected is crucial. You can depend on the Cross Insurance family.
Very good.
To provide the best insurance solutions for you. We've got your team protected. Visit crossagency.com today.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
Celebrating 50 years, Northeast Driving School is Greater Bangor's #1 choice for driver's ed. The Northeast team is experienced, professional, and dedicated to its students. Sign up today for weekday or weekend courses at northeastdrivingschool.com.
Fire, water, storm damage, and even mold. We can take care of it all anytime, day or night. From cleanup to reconstruction, tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services. Fire, water, storm damage, and even mold. We can take care of it all anytime, day or night. From cleanup to reconstruction, tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services.
We want your business.
Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Twin City Tire does all kinds of mechanical repair. We're a team of local professionals who know how to get it right the first time. We offer loaner cars and free shuttle service. Hang out in our comfortable waiting area where there's free Wi-Fi. At Twin City Tire, we may fix cars and trucks, but our real business is helping people get back on the road. Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Come to Twin City Tire. Remember,
we want your business.
Back at Hedrick Field, Tim Brewer, Jim Churchill, Kendra Diaz, Mark Paulette, along with our camera crew of Max Pottle and Nathaniel Bailey. Thanks for joining us here on Ticket TV. Our broadcasts are brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. Greenway Equipment Sales, nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com. Our score at the half, Brewer 4 and John Bapst 2, coming up in the next segment of the halftime show. We'll get you the first half highlights. Max Pottle has gone across the way to the scorers table, and he has brought back our goal scorers for the first half. So we'll have all that for you when we come back with the next segment. Our broadcast also brought to you by Penobscot Cleaning Services Incorporated, the only name you need to know for all of your professional cleaning and disaster restoration needs. Fire, water, mold, soot, trauma, and more, plus carpet, upholstery, and area rug cleaning. They are,
IICRC certified.
All right, certified technicians with locations in Brewer and Trenton. 44 years for Penobscot Cleaning Services, serving the people of Maine. You can check them out at penobscotcleaning.com. So field hockey tonight here on Ticket TV. Coming up tomorrow night, we're going to be going across the street, very short distance to Doyle Field for some soccer action. We got varsity soccer. We've got boys taking the field at 5 p.m. and the girls action thereafter roughly at 7 p.m. as the Brewer Witches play host to the Hamden Academy Broncos. That is coming up tomorrow night here on Ticket TV. And then next week we've got more field hockey and soccer action for you here at 929theticket.com. All right, we'll take another break. We'll come back with the first half highlights. This is high school sports on Ticket TV.
We want your business.
Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Twin City Tire does all kinds of mechanical repair. We're a team of local professionals who know how to get it right the first time. We offer loaner cars and free shuttle service. Hang out in our comfortable waiting area where there's free Wi-Fi. At Twin City Tire, we may fix cars and trucks, but our real business is helping people get back on the road. Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Come to Twin City Tire. Remember,
we want your business.
All right, we are back here at Hedrick Field. Halftime reports. Let's get to the first half highlights. 6 goals in all. The first John Bapst goal was scored by Olivia Rand. She is just a freshman, so it was 1-0 Bapst. And here is Janessa Bishop going to work. The senior ties it up with a shot from the right side of the goal. And a nice save there by the John Bapst goalie. And Bapst is going to retake the lead. Here's Maddie Diaz with the initial save, but on the rebound, the shot gets by her to her left. That was Gwen Rand, another freshman, making it 2-1 Bapst. But then it was Bishop going back to work, the senior tying it up at 2. And here's the Witches taking their first lead. Bishop with the initial shot. And that made it 3-2 Brewer. And then here's Bishop with another shot, but on the doorstep it was Laura Stewart, a freshman forward, with the tip in to make it 4-2. I think actually Paige Seymour scored the second goal for Brewer, and then Bishop the go-ahead goal to make it 3-2, and then Stewart with the tip in to make it 4-2 Brewer. And that's where we stand as we get set to get the second half underway. And it's going to be John Bapst getting things going here in half number 2. So we look right down that line, pass to the near side. Crusaders bringing it up that right side, which is with a takeaway. Bapst gets it right back, and the ball goes across the end line off Brewer. So Bapst will hit it back in. And, okay, so that was obstruction, right?
Yes.
All right. So it gave it to Brewer momentarily, but Bapst gets it back. And violation there against the Crusaders, going to give it to Brewer. And then they have, so the signal for obstruction was a crossing of the forearms, and then if they start crossing their arms, that's third party, right?
Yes.
Third party means?
It's when 2 players basically gang up on one.
No, that's just not fair. That's a good way of putting it. I would have said something entirely different, but that really sums it up nicely, Kendra. You're getting this colored commentary thing down just after one half. I mean, you're carrying the show, right, Mark?
I mean, I can turn into Tony Romo over here if you want and just start making noises. That's about all I can have.
All right, we've got a corner coming up here for Brewer. Now, did Max forget our pregame strategy? I guess he's moved down a little bit. We were going to have Max change ends of the field, but he's still at the same end, but a little tighter up there. He's got a good angle though.
And there is some people here tonight watching it just beyond the touchline, so
yeah,
maybe it wouldn't leave him too much room down there with social distancing.
Be some of the Brewer family members. Of course, we are limited to 100 individuals at these outdoor events. Well, Bapst some work to do. Had the lead twice in the first half, but they trail at 4-2 now. There's a shot from the right side that's going to be kicked out of there by who?
Madison Diaz.
Madison Diaz. Sister Kendra. Here at our broadcast position. We are just about at the second base spot of the baseball diamond here at Hedrick Field. Brewer on the attack momentarily, but Bapst will try to get it in their end of the field, and they do. I'm just going to try to twist the knife there that I have in Dan O'Connell's back. I really wish I had numbers for this John Bapst roster so I could give credit where credit is due. But we only have purple jerseys and numerals to work with at this point. We do know a pair of Rands have scored goals for Bapst in this affair. Olivia and Gwen, 2 freshmen.
What was going on there?
That was an air dribble, and now you're not supposed to hit it off their stick. You're supposed to just block it so that they have to dribble it around you.
Oh. So she took a whack at the air dribble? Somebody did? Oh, no, you can't do that. Because I'm a showboat, I would just be trying to air dribble all the time. Like, Mark would be hacking, and I would be air dribbling.
It's definitely a good skill to have.
Yeah.
We would cover about a yard of the field.
Yeah. All right, ball across the end line. Off of Brewer. So they bring it out to the 16, right?
Yes.
Just to see that circle. So the 16 is at the top of the circle, correct? 16.
No, that's the 25, sorry.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good stick handling momentarily there for Brewer. That's Claire Warmoth. Nice hit there by Paige Seymour. She has one of the 4 Brewer goals. Now a takeaway by Seymour. Passes it to the right to her teammate, Laura Stewart, a freshman. She has a goal in this one. Battle for the ball there, and Bapst comes away with it. Brewer gets a stick in there, and ooh, okay. Now I haven't seen that signal. What was that?
It was just another obstruction. The girl's stick was deemed dangerous when she went to drive it.
The official took his hand, the palm of his hand, and went across his head a couple of times, over his head a couple of times. Oh, good pressure there by Bapst, but unable to, or pardon me, good pressure there by Brewer, unable to get it past the John Bapst goalie. JV action coming up next. Brewer trying to get their record even. Hey, if you're looking for great food, drinks, and wonderful views, try Sea Dog Brewing Company on the waterfront in downtown Bangor. Sea Dog is open for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. They're open Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays, noon till 9 p.m., and Sundays noon until 6 p.m. Sea Dog Brewing Company, located at 26 Front Street in Bangor. approaching the 8-minute mark here in this third quarter. Still 4-2 Brewer. So the defense has tightened up, at least at the outset of this second half, for both sides. Brewer has to push it back inside the circle. Bapst quickly gets it out of there. Now the Witches on the attack again, trying to extend their 2-goal lead. Bapst a very young team. They only have one senior on their team. That is Georgina LaGrange. 4 juniors, no sophomores on the varsity. And they have 7 freshmen on their varsity field hockey team, Kendra.
Wow.
And 0-1 coming in are the Crusaders. Talk with Coach Edith Dyer briefly prior to the game. She said I didn't have to mention the score, that 2-0 loss at Herman. I said 2-0. That's a very respectable defeat. First game of the year. And that shot deflected, and it goes wide right across the end line. NBA Finals. Now 2-1 mark. The Miami Heat, without Bam Adebayo, they win last night.
Jimmy Butler, 40 points in that game. I think he became only the third player in NBA Finals history to score 40 points. I mean, it doesn't seem correct. So maybe that's that. I just made it up in my head. Who really knows?
Major League Baseball game going on right now. American League Division Series game number 1 between Houston and Oakland. Oakland trailing Houston 8-5. Game in the top of the 8th. Now we got a corner here for the Witches. 5:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Ball is in. Ball is centered. Witches with a good opportunity here, but that ball is going to be partially deflected and knocked wide left. Good pressure here by Brewer, Kendra, and that's Janessa Bishop once again. I think somebody in front was trying to deflect that one in, went off their stick and up and over, or up and to the left of the goal. Sometimes the view is actually better on our monitor here. I forget that. All right, now it's Bapst on the attack. They've got numbers here, at least briefly. Can they get a shot off? The answer is no to this point. And now the Witches trying to break out with it. Oh, nice pass there ahead to Janessa Bishop. And she gets it to her teammate, and the shot. What a save there by the Bapst goalie. Great shot there by number 2 in white, Allison Crawford, the senior forward. And you see the save with the right pad there by the Bapst goalie. And that keeps the score at 4-2, so no scoring to this juncture in the third quarter. And we got a delay in the action. Looks like we have a Bapst player with an issue across the way, maybe a bloody nose. Ben Pushart from Maine Athletic Health Center was man on the scene, providing the athletic training here tonight. Stoppage in play here with 3:48 on the clock. We are set to go once again. Here comes Bapst up the left side. That would be the weak side, right, Kendra?
Yes. That's because they don't make a left-handed stick.
Right. And that seems somewhat discriminatory against lefties.
It does, yes.
I think we should start a petition to get that rectified. Not that I'm left-handed. Some good interior passing there, but still no shot on goal for Bapst. Here's one that may trickle through. Nope. Diaz was ready. Didn't have to go to work there. So your sister, Maddie, was she was a Coyote for a couple of years before becoming a Brewer Witch.
Yes, she was. She was our goalie when I was in high school.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And my older sister was also a goalie.
No kidding. What's your older sister's name?
Olivia.
And she played at Old Town, I'm guessing?
Yep, she actually played at Old Town and then switched to Brewer and then came back.
One thing we were talking about in the last game, as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter, was the difference of playing on grass, like we are tonight, and turf.
Yes.
Must be an entirely different game.
It is. It's a very fast-paced game on turf.
And I'm guessing until you make the adjustment, there's a lot of balls that go across the sideline. And
yes.
Just because the ball is traveling at such a faster pace. Bapst trying to center it, and we've got a timeout called here with 1:43. May have an injury here for Brewer, and Ben Pushard will make his way out onto the field. That's Paige Seymour. I think she got hit in the face with something, whether it was the stick or the ball, but looks like she's going to be okay. Gets a round of applause from the fans in attendance here tonight at Hedrick. Good look from our sideline camera as Bapst will take a strike at the ball, get things started. Violation there against Brewer, so Bapst will reset. Clock starts again, and Bapst in tight on that right side. Trying to get the ball in front of the goal. A couple of Bapst players are ready and waiting to tee one up, but ball goes across the end line on this side of the goal. Goes off John Bapst. So Brewer will get it going. Patriots started a couple minutes ago, Mark.
About 10 seconds in, Chiefs just ran the first offensive play of the game. A 6-yard gain, so all downhill from here for Brian Hoyer and the Patriots.
Well, let's hope the Patriot defense can keep it relatively close, which is no easy task with that Chiefs offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And then maybe on the Patriot offensive side of things, a miracle. All right, this ball is trickling towards the sideline, but again, they're on grass, comes to a halt about a foot from the sideline. $11 players on the field for each side. And the siren sounds, and that will do it for the third quarter. A scoreless third quarter. So after 6 goals in the first half, none occurring here in quarter number 3. So we'll take a break, and we'll come back with the final quarter between Brewer and John Bapst. This is Ticket TV at 929theticket.com. Welcome back to Hedrick Fields. High school sports on Ticket TV. High school field hockey here tonight, a varsity game to get things going. We will follow it up with a JV matchup between Brewer and John Bapst. In this varsity game, John Bapst, the early leads, goal by Olivia Rand. Brewer tied it up on a goal by Janessa Bishop. When Rand gave the lead back to the Crusaders, and then it would be Paige Seymour tying up the game at 2-2, and then Bishop with another goal to make it 3-2. Laura Stewart capped off the first half scoring with her first goal tonight to make it 4-2. No goals scored in the third quarter. So we head to quarter number 4, still with a 4-2 Brewer lead. High school sports here on Ticket TV, brought to you in part by Northeast Driving School. They are Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Visit them at 360 Harlow Street in Bangor. Register for courses today at northeastdrivingschool.com. All right, Bapst on the attack, and looks like we might have a corner here for the Crusaders. Our game tonight also brought to you by Dean's Detailing. Give your car a fresh start. Call 945-3016 or make your appointment at deansdetailing.com. I love the build-up here. All right, the ball is in, trickles over the stick of the Bapst player. Shot deflected. Kicks off to the right side of the goal, and now a Bapst violation, and Brewer will get things started once again. Pass intercepted by Bapst. Ooh, wow. Now that came very close to somebody's head. And I think it would have been witch on witch crime if it had connected there. They're wearing the goggles. Those are required, right?
Yes.
Okay. I can see why, because that was too close for comfort. All right, we got a corner here for the Crusaders. All right, that would be me. I would be flexing even more there. Oh, and a shot is in for the Crusaders. Great work out of the corner. And let's see, somebody was wide open. You see all kinds of purple on that left side. Who got the shot off? And we are screened there by a bunch of humanity, but we will track down that goal scorer for the Crusaders. So John Bapst gets to within 1. A very competitive field hockey game here tonight. And again, that one bounced off the turf and up off somebody's body. All kinds of time left in this one. Yeah, we'll get that goal score by the time we get to the post-game show. 1-goal lead for the Witches. John Bapst keeps it in their half of the field. Oh, nice stick handling there. That is Paige Seymour. She tries to emanate from the pack. Wow, that was a strong hit. Knocked down by Brewer. A precarious situation there for the Witches and their goaltender, Kendra's sister, Madison. Four to 3. Both teams trying to get to the 500 mark. Bapst 0-1, Brewer 1-2. The win here tonight. Stick handling up the right side. Now near the end line. Bapst trying to get that ball in front of the net. Again, a lot of purple in front of Maddie Diaz. So how come you weren't a goalie? Your two sisters were goalies. What happened to you?
I could run. I was the runner.
Oh, okay. So in a roundabout way, you are telling us that your sisters cannot run.
They don't enjoy it
or
as
run very
much,
well.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Update from Kansas City. The Patriots made a goal-to-go stand on the opening drive. Chiefs up 3-0 5 minutes in, though. They shouldn't have scored because Devin McCourty, on like the third play of the game, had an interception in his breadbasket and just dropped it.
Well, like I said, that's kind of the story of the Patriot defense, though, Mark. Bending, but not breaking.
You got to get those interceptions, though, when Brian Hoyer is your quarterback.
That is true. All right, nice little rush here by Brewer. Coming up the left side for the Witches. Okay, now I'm going to have to give the AD for Brewer a little issue here. I do not have a number 12 on my roster. I have two 15s. So I'm a little concerned about that. Ooh, Seymour is ready to tee one up and eventually gets a shot off, but it's wide left across the end line. Now, they mentioned on turf, they often have people ready to track down the balls just because you do have so many balls. I think that was at the college level. I don't know if they would have that at the high school level, but because the ball does go across the end line or sideline so much on the turf. Oop. Now, Kendra, to make you an official broadcaster, you have to do a live read. Like, it won't be official. Like, you can spend this whole hour and 15 minutes here, but if you don't do a live read, you're really not an official broadcaster. So I'm going to give you the shortest one we have, okay? Mark, you've got that logo ready to go?
I do.
All right. I'm just going to wait for the ball to get to the middle of the field. Okay, if you want to, like, practice it in your mind once, okay? That first one right there. Just say our game here tonight is brought to you by, okay, there you go. Ready?
Okay. So our game here tonight is brought to you by Brewer Federal Credit Union. We're here for all life's moments.
It's official. You are an official broadcaster. Great job, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
3-0 for the first series with Brian Hoyer under center.
They throw any passes? Whoa!
He completed a 7-yard pass, missed terribly on like a 20-yard attempt down the field.
Mr. Bailey's going to be very important tonight. From a field position standpoint. Brewer Witches holding on to a 1-goal lead. They're up 4-3. 7:40 left to go in this first game of the night. JV action coming up next. Now, normally you would be playing into October, right?
Yes.
At the high school level. I'm trying to think. You would go into November, too, if you advance. So, I mean, we're talking some cold days and nights. Here's a shot, close range, but a save there by John Bapst. Another shot is in! From the left side, it might have been Janessa Bishop again. Let's try to get a look. Initial save. She got back on that ball and drilled it into the right side of the goal, and that would be a hat trick for Janessa Bishop, the senior. And it makes it 5-3. So the one thing about the goalies in field hockey, I mean, a lot of the shots are down around your feet and your shins, so you're making saves with your legs, but it does create a lot of rebounds.
Yes.
And that was certainly the case there. And good effort there by Bishop, staying with it after the initial save on her first shot. And here's Janessa again, moving it up the left side. Brooklyn Fick is ahead of the pack. Brooklyn Fick had a hat trick in our last varsity game involving Brewer and Hamden. A 3-2 Witch win. They're up in this one, 5-3. So goals in this one for Brewer, 3 for Janessa Bishop, 1 for Paige Seymour, and 1 for Laura Stewart. Now an uphill climb here for Bapst, down by 2 again. Oh, nice rush and a collision there as Diaz came out of that goal. She said, no, no, no.
Well, the Patriots defense stiffened up, forced a 3-0 on the second series. So, you know me, Jim, I'm not satisfied with that. I'm still irrationally angry at Devin McCourty for not picking off the pass on the opening drive.
I'm telling you, though, could be a lot worse. What would be your guess? Do you think we might see Jarrett Stidham tonight? I mean, even if he came in for a series.
I really hope so, because I just have zero faith in Brian Hoyer. The guy's lost 10 starts in a row. He's a career backup's backup. He's not even like the second string guy.
He's like your prototypical game manager.
He's your QB coach who is also the third string quarterback.
He's like a guy you just put in there thinking he won't make a major mistake. He's not going to do anything dynamic. Oh, here's a close range shot, and it's going to go wide left. Not sure if the goalie got a pad on that one, but and that was Brooklyn Fick, who had the hat trick on Thursday, but that time pulled it left. Oh, and we got a change in goalies here for Brewer. 2-goal lead for the Witches, so they're going to go to the bench, and Madison Diaz will check out. And coming in is number 97, a sophomore, Emma Look, taking over. So I see the John Bapst goalie wearing a lime green shirt. Maddie was wearing a lime green shirt. Emma is wearing a black shirt.
Yes.
What is with the lime green, and why can she wear black?
Goalies really can wear any
color they want. All right. Again, you get right to the point. He gave us the 2 against 1 earlier for third party violation. Now, as far as what the goalies wear, they can wear what they want.
That is basically my knowledge on it anyway.
I mean, honestly, because every goalie we'd seen up until Emma was wearing a lime green shirt.
Yes.
So I just assumed that was the way it had to be. Now, the officials, what would you call that? Like fuchsia? Mark, you're an expert color analyst.
I don't know. The one that...
This is really color commentary when you start talking about the colors of goalie shirts.
Well, I've never seen that color. Usually they're in, like, yellow.
Okay, well.
What's a magenta to you?
Magenta?
Is it too purpley for magenta?
Yeah, I'm thinking fuchsia. It's fuchsia to me. If anybody's listening or watching amongst the Brewer fandom over here, probably not a father. We'd want to hear from the mothers on the colors. All right, got a corner here for Brewer, up by 2. Time running out on the Crusaders. Ooh. And a slip there. We've seen a couple of slips on the turf here tonight. Again, not the major do as of yet, but things are, my paper is a little damp, but hopefully it doesn't get to be like it was the other night. All right, Bapst trying to make something happen late. Need to get things going in a hurry. Under 3 minutes. Nice defensive play there by Brewer. And now, Brewer with numbers. This is a 3-on-1, and a shot is off the right side of the goal. think it hit the post, Mark.
Yeah, it did. Looking at the replay right now, did it deflect off? Yeah, off the goalie's arm. So just got enough of it to put it off the post. Patriots, meanwhile, their first down of the night comes on a wide receiver reverse.
Ooh.
I believe it was that Zubar man who made an appearance in last week's game. Just elevated off the practice squad.
And Gunner's activated tonight along with Damian Harris.
Gunner's back. He returned the first Chiefs punt. Damian Harris has 1 carry on the opening series, a 2-yard gain.
And whistle and a violation against Bapst. Brewer being aggressive. Now, one thing that's crazy, you never see this in professional sports. I mean, the Patriots actually flew from Providence and Boston today, 2 different planes, flying on the day of the game, Mark. That is crazy. They got in Kansas City, I think, around 11 a.m. Central Time.
Tested at 6 a.m. East Coast time in Boston at the team hotel. Flew out at 8 between the 2 sites, like you said, 1 in Boston, 1 in Providence. And if you're one of the guys put on the Providence plane, I don't know, you're a little skeptical of that part of the team, because my understanding was that was the people, or those were the people that were in close contact to Cam Newton on Friday. That's why the team had to take 2 planes.
Quarantine Airlines.
Brian Hoyer with just an atrocious pass on third down, to bring up a 4th and 3.
All right, here's a shot and a goal. Another one for Brewer. Now, if they go in and retrieve the ball, does that mean they scored the goal?
Yes.
All right. See, I'm a little slow, but after, almost 3 games, I pick these things up. So Paige Seymour with her 2nd goal. So Janessa Bishop with 3 goals. Seymour with 2. And the other goal to the freshman, Laura Stewart. You got to get up pretty early in the morning, Kendra, to get one by me. Or at least 5 or 6 days later. All right. A little stick battle, and it's going to go across the sideline. 25 seconds left to go. Clock is running. John Bapst in danger of falling to 0-2. Meanwhile, Brewer is going to improve to 2-2. So they get to the 500. Oh, look at that stick handling. Wow, just the clock. Talk about winding down the clock. Ooh, what's that for Brewer? And the siren sounds, and that's going to do it. That great stick handling by Lainey Blakeman, a senior utility player for Brewer. And the Witches win this one 6-3 over John Bapst. Brewer improves to 2-2, and the Crusaders fall to 0-2. And Mark, if we could take a quick look at the upcoming schedule again for Brewer, as now they'll be looking to get over the 500 mark again at Hamden coming up on Thursday, and then next week at Bangor as well. And the Witches with 3 more home games, and we'll have those for you right here on Ticket TV. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back, and we'll get those highlights, and we'll say goodbye to Kendra after the break. Kendra, can you stay through the break?
Yes.
All right. Kendra Diaz will stay with us through the break. We'll get those highlights. That's up next. 6-3 Brewer, the victor here tonight. This is High School Sports on Ticket TV. We are back here at Hedrick Fields. This is the post-game show on Ticket TV. The Brewer Witches defeat the John Bapst Crusaders in high school field hockey, the final in the varsity game 6-3. We've got a junior varsity game coming up here in just a matter of moments. And our broadcasts here on Ticket TV brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com. And another presenting sponsor here on Ticket TV, Twin City Tire. They are your #1 locally owned snow tire dealer located at 609 Wilson Street in Brewer, or you can visit them at Twin City Tire Express at 30 Sparks Avenue in Brewer. Jim Churchill, along with our special guest commentator here tonight, Kendra Diaz, Mark Paulette. And let's get to the highlights from this 6-3 Brewer win. Again, John Bapst scored the first goal of the game. Olivia Rand put the Crusaders on top 1-0. And then the Witches would get even. Janessa Bishop with the equalizer right there. Here's a great save by the John Bapst goalie, getting that right leg out there to deny the Witches. And then it would be John Bapst back on the board. Initial save there by Maddie Diaz. But then back to work and putting it home is Gwen Rand, another freshman. And then here's Janessa Bishop again, getting this one tied. Pardon me, that was Paige Seymour with the tying goal. And then Janessa Bishop, after the initial save, pounces on that ball and drives it into the goal to make it 3-2 Brewer, and they would not trail again in this game. Here's Bishop again after the initial save. That was actually a tip in there by Laura Stewart, the freshman. That made it 4-2 Brewer. And then Bishop here with the goal to make it 5-3 Brewer. And then Paige Seymour with the final goal for Brewer. And here's Seymour working the left side of the goal and finding the range. And that would be your final 6-3 Brewer with the win. All right, well, Kendra Diaz has been kind enough to spend the last hour or so with us. Former player at Old Town High School and the older sister of the victorious goalie in this one, Maddie Diaz. So, Kendra, what do you think? I mean, you did quite well, I think.
Well, thank you for having me, but I think that I'm not cut out for this.
All right. Well, we think you did a great job, and we thank you, and you have a great rest of the night.
You too.
All right. That is Kendra Diaz. She was the color commentator here in this first game. And, again, coming up in game number 2, the junior varsity game, we'll have some Brewer varsity players joining us in that analyst spot to my right. All right, so we'll take a break here, and we'll come back with game number 2. Again, Brewer against John Bapst, JV game, coming up next here on Ticket TV. Here at Hedrick Field, game number 2 of the night coming up. Jim Churchill. We have let Mark Paulette go for the night. He is headed off to his couch to watch the Patriots game as they take on the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. Game was supposed to be played yesterday, but due to Cam Newton's positive COVID test, the game pushed back to tonight. And right now, at the end of the first quarter, the Kansas City Chiefs leading the Patriots by a score of 6-0. So Max Pottle now directing the show, and Nathaniel Bailey still up on the scaffolding here at Hedrick Field as we are just about set to get the JV contest underway. The Brewer Witches winning the varsity game here tonight by a final of 6-3. Goal scorers in the game for Brewer, Janessa Bishop with a hat trick, Paige Seymour with 2 goals, and Laura Bishop with a goal as well in the 6-3 Brewer win. So the Brewer varsity squad improves to 2-2. And for John Bapst, they are now currently at 0-2. And I want to remind you, coming up tomorrow night, we are going to head to Doyle Field for some soccer action. It is going to be Brewer against Hamden Academy. The Witches hosting the Broncos at Doyle. The boys' game will get underway at 5 p.m. and the girls' game approximately at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, again right here on Ticket TV at 929theticket.com. All right, the two teams are out on the fields here at Hedrick. Quarters in JV games are 12 minutes. And Bapst will get things rolling here. And a whistle and a violation against the Crusaders. So Brewer takes over. Let's take a look at the Brewer JV roster. Here in just a second. And there you see it. One junior on the team, Brooklyn Fick. Again, she had 3 goals in the game Thursday night against Hamden Academy. Grace Henry, Brianna Lavin, Laura Stewart, Morgan Downs, Brittany Toner, Callie Moran. There's Brooklyn Fick, Cadence Tripp, Abigail Look, and Emma Look. Just underway in this one. And that's going to be a foot violation against John Bapst. Some of the members on this JV squad for John Bapst: Bianca Blackwood, Bryn Schroer, Eliza Grimness, Emma Mamula, Hannah LaMontagne, Ingrid Schroeder, and Una Sakarides. Violation there against Bapst. Brewer with the hit up towards midfield. Edith Dyer, the coach for the John Bapst field hockey program, assisted by Caroline Davis. There is another NFL game tonight as well, the original Monday Night Football game. I guess still the Monday Night Football game, although the Patriots and Chiefs also going at it tonight in Kansas City. But Atlanta Falcons and Green Bay Packers, they'll start right around 8:50. Brewer keeps it in their end of the field, and violation here against the Witches. Just a few minutes into this one. And we have some more guest analysts coming in. We'll get you an extra chair. You can you find a way to get that one down? And we'll have a couple of the varsity players for Brewer going to join us here momentarily. Get everybody set up here with their headsets. All right. Yep. Keep going. Do what you were doing. I'm just going to adjust your microphone there. All right. There we go. All right. You're a veteran at this. All right. Claire or Paige? Claire. Okay. And who else is joining us here? Then let's get your mics turned on here. Who else is joining us here tonight?
I'm Allie.
Allie? What's your last name, Allie?
Crawford.
Crawford. All right. I called your name out a few times here tonight, as I did for Claire as well. So, what do you think, Claire? 6-3 win. You were down a couple of times, 1-0 and 2-1. And much like we saw the other night against Hamden, your team showing the ability to come back.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was exciting, so that's always fun. And we all know people on the Bapst team, and we have a player who was once on the Bapst team, so that's kind of fun to have.
Who
a
was
little
that?
bit of Jenna McQuarrie.
Yep. All right, here's Brewer, and the shot goes wide left. Great opportunity there for the Witches, but this JV game remains scoreless. So Allie, also a senior, and as we talked about the other night with Janessa first, and then Paige and Claire, you seniors have been together for quite a while.
Yep, since 6th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of team bonding over the years there.
Yeah.
And it showed tonight. All right, here's Bapst on the charge.
Nice, Morgan.
Nice defense there by Brewer. Bapst keeps it in there into the field. And now it's drilled out towards midfield and towards the Brewer end. A breakaway here by Brewer, 3-on-1, and that shot's going to go across the end line. Our broadcast of high school field hockey here on Ticket TV is brought to you by Tim Bush. If you're looking to buy or sell your next home, call Tim Bush at Next Home Experience today. His number is 951-0747. So still scoreless, approaching the 5-minute mark here in this first quarter. As the temperatures continue to drop here tonight at Hedrick Field. Now you guys are out there running around. So did you notice the temperature tonight? Probably not. You're so used to it.
Around halftime when we were.
Oh, yeah, standing around, kind of milling around. Yes. So 2-2, get to 500. You've got you're traveling to Hamden coming up Thursday, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So a rematch from your Thursday win. And that is on turf.
Yes.
So that's going to be different. How do you prepare for that? What is what is the mindset when you go to play on turf?
A lot of us have been playing on turf for like a really long time.
Yep.
We have summer activities and stuff. We also have a little mat that we bring around, and we put it on the dirt, and we'll use like the fake turf on our dirt.
Yeah. Now, Allie, I'm sorry, but I noticed the fingernails. That could be like a lethal weapon out there on the field, or they could be.
If I use them the wrong way, yeah.
Oh, there was a tremendous shot, but the whistle had blown. Somebody blasted one from just outside the circle for Brewer, but no goal. Yes, I would not want to get sliced and diced by one of those. All right, still scoreless, approaching the 3-minute mark. So we had Kendra Diaz on with me in the first game, obviously the older sister of Maddie Diaz, and I was asking about the shirts, okay, because every goalie I've seen up until when Emma Look came in was wearing kind of a lime green shirt, but Kendra said she was not 100% sure, but she basically said goalies can wear whatever color shirt they want. Is that true?
Yeah, I know Belfast, their shirt is pink.
Okay.
We used to have orange, and then we have black, and we have neon green.
Okay.
So it's really whatever the goalie is kind
Feels
of comfortable
like.
in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if they're having a lime green kind of night, they wear lime green. If they're feeling a little pink, they'll wear a pink one. So what did Coach talk about at halftime? It was 4-2 at that point. You were up in the game.
Mostly just like making sure that we were passing the ball up and getting it into the circle, and that when Bapst would also come into the circle, having us really drop back just to play a little bit stronger defense. pretty common topics for halftime.
So, Allie, do you play any other sports?
Last year was kind of hard because I was going to play tennis, but then our season was canceled. But the year before, I played field hockey, swim, and tennis.
Oh, nice.
And I'll probably do swim again this year.
Yeah, great. All right, just about a minute left in this first quarter. Still no score. Hamden with it in their offensive end. Nice defense there by Brewer. Brooklyn Fick bringing it out. So we've done 2 games this year, and we've had 2 hat tricks. Brooklyn had a hat trick in the Thursday night game, and tonight it was Janessa. She had it working. The John Bapst goalie, and again, we don't have numbers with their names, so I apologize to the John Bapst fans, but she made some great saves, and as we were talking about, because a lot of the saves are made, with the pads and the shins, and sometimes with the feet, there's rebounds to be had, and that was kind of the case tonight on Janessa's goals, where she may have made the initial shot, but the ball remained in front of the goal, and she quickly pounced on it and drove it home.
Yeah, she had some good rebounds.
And Paige had a couple of goals, and Laura Stewart, a freshman, had a goal. We'll talk about her when we come back. But that is going to be the end of the first quarter after 1 here at Hedrick in this JV field hockey game. It is Brewer nothing and John Bapst nothing. This is High School Sports on Ticket TV.
Fire, water, storm damage, and even mold. We can take care of it all anytime, day or night. From cleanup to reconstruction, tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services.
We want your business.
Need work done on your car, truck, or SUV? Twin City Tire does all kinds of mechanical repair. We're a team of local professionals who know how to get it right the first time. We offer loaner cars and free shuttle service. Hang out in our comfortable waiting area where there's free Wi-Fi. At Twin City Tire, we may fix cars and trucks, but our real business is helping people get back on the road. Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Come to Twin City Tire. Remember,
we want your business.
Back at Hedrick Field under the lights, second game of the night. Jim Churchill, along with a couple of Brewer varsity field hockey players. We've got Allie Crawford and Claire Warmoth joining us here at our broadcast position, right at the side of the field of play here at Hedrick Fields. And our broadcast here tonight is brought to you by Sea Dog Brewing Company. If you're looking for great food, drinks, and great views, try Sea Dog Brewing Company. They're on the waterfront in downtown Bangor. Sea Dog is open for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. They're open Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays from noontime until 9 p.m., and Sundays from noon until 6 p.m., located at 26 Front Street in Bangor. Thanks to Sea Dog Brewing Company for sponsoring our games here on Ticket TV this fall. Claire, you ready to do your live read?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, how do I do that?
I'm going to make sure I put this in just a little bit closer so we don't miss any word.
Okay, sounds
all right,
good.
so you're going to do this read right here for Twin City Tire in Brewer.
Okay, should I just...
So just say, our game here tonight is brought to you by...
Our game here tonight is brought to you by Twin City Tire. Twin City Tire is your #1 locally owned snow tire dealer, located at 609 Wilson Street in Brewer, or visit Twin City Tire Express at 30 Sparks Avenue in Brewer.
You did much better than I did on mine.
Thanks.
All right, it's official. When you do a live read, you're a broadcaster.
Sounds good.
Just like that. Allie, you can get warmed up for yours here. All right, still scoreless as we get things going here in the second quarter.
Good defense.
Push there by Brewer, but as you said, Claire, good defense by John Bapst. Strong hit, and that ball's going to trickle in front of the goal. Ball is loose. Who's got it? And Bapst trying to clear, and Brewer trying to punch it home. And eventually we have a whistle, and it's going to be a corner for Brewer. And the Patriots have cut the deficit in half. They get a field goal, and it's now 6-3 Kansas City in that game, which was changed from Sunday afternoon to Monday night. And, oh, now what's that signal right there?
Oh, that means a hack. So if your stick hits another person's stick, typically with intent to do that, is called a hack. But it happens pretty accidentally, just when people accidentally go for a stick instead of a ball.
Yeah. I would probably get called for that a lot. All right, Jim Churchill along with Claire Wormuth and Allie Crawford. Max Pottle directing things to my left. And I'm just going to start calling him Scaffold Nate. Daniel Bailey up on the scaffolding behind us. Ooh, strong hit there. And it gets past the defender. And goalie trying to kick it out of there. And that's going to be a foot violation. Just getting Allie's live read geared up here. Again, Brewer with all the pressure, and looks like we might have a corner here for Brewer. All right, Allie. Our game is brought to you by...
Okay. Right now?
Ready?
Okay.
Yep.
Our game is brought to you by Northeast Driving School, the Greater Bangor's #1 driving school.
Oh, you changed up on us. We'll get to that one. The green.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
That's
thought you
okay.
pointed there. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com.
Perfect. Nice. All right. It's official. You're a broadcaster. Fist bump here in our broadcast position. Again, Brewer getting some nice pressure on that goal to our right, but they have been unable to put one home as of yet. Again, will be a Doyle Field tomorrow night for some high school soccer. Boys game at 5 p.m. and the girls game right after that on Ticket TV. So Allie is a senior, and obviously it's been a very strange 2020. Will you ever forget 2020?
No.
2020. I mean, it's an easy one to remember, just 2020. But this one obviously has been, interesting would be too kind. But it's been a tough year, and as you mentioned, you weren't able to play tennis because the spring sports seasons were put to an end with the pandemic. Here's another shot on goal. Good save there by the Bapst goalie. Brewer keeping the pressure on. And that one again trickles just wide of the goal. So still 0-0. But just talk about... how you've been able to adapt. Brewer obviously with a hybrid situation where you're going to school a couple days and you're doing online a couple of days. Now, what is Wednesday an off day, or do you have, it is an off day, okay. But just talk about, how that's been for you and how you've adapted to it.
It's been really difficult, not gonna lie. It's definitely interesting. It's hard for me not to have class with all of my friends that aren't in my cohort, like
Right.
Claire.
You're not in the cohort?
No, I'm in the other one.
She's total opposite alphabet.
Ah.
But it's been kind of nice having one-on-ones with teachers because my classes are smaller.
Yeah.
But one of my teachers is teaching remotely, so that's been kind of hard. And it's not awful because I still get my senior year, but it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's a good way of putting it. It's hard, but I think overall, definitely it is an adverse situation, and you are dealing with adversity, but, it'll help you grow up that much faster because you learn that everything is not a nice, even plane the way you want it to be all the time. And we are resilient. We are resilient, and we do adapt, make the best of a bad situation. Still scoreless in this one. 5.5 minutes away from strong hit, knocked down by Bapst and kicked out by the goalie to the left side. A lot of the action has been at that end towards the Brewer goal, but again, the Witches have had some good chances, just unable to score as of yet. All right, this is a tough question because I'm sure you've had a lot of great moments, but just talking about events. So what event, athletically speaking, game, moment stands out the most for you, Claire?
Over all the seasons of like field hockey or like sports in general? Sports in general.
Anything you have been a part of?
Probably any of the team building activities that we've done over the years for field hockey. But when it comes to like games or meets, the state swim meet last year was definitely my best meet of my swimming career. So that was really exciting. But we've had really great moments with team building and just some really fun times on this team.
And what would be one of those team building things you've done?
So most years, if we are able to meet in groups, we do some sort of like decorating the field, arts and crafts. So we've made our own like wooden sticks that get staked into the ground.
Oh, wow.
We made witches hats before, and that's always really fun because you get to know people out of a sports setting because you just sit and talk, and those are really fun.
All right, Allie, I'll give you a chance to think about your on the fields or in the pool moment or on the court moment and your off the field moment. But first, I'm going to do a live read here in just a second. 3.5 minutes left to go here in this first half. And our broadcast tonight of high school field hockey is brought to you in part by Northeast Driving School. They're Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Been around for over 5 decades, and you can register for courses today at northeastdrivingschool.com. All right, Brewer on the attack. 3-on-1 shot. Again, a save by Bapst. Keeping the Witches off the board. We got a Bapst player down. She lost her stick momentarily, but quickly back to her feet. Bapst trying to make something happen, but good defense. By Brewer. All right, Allie, what from your athletic career, just one moment, one game, what stands out for you?
Okay, so I mentioned this a lot to my coach, but our first home game last year against Hamden Academy, I had my best goal ever. So I do a lot of reverse skills.
Yeah.
And so I did a reverse at that corner over there, and it went above the goalie and then behind her.
Ooh, wow. So not only a goal, but a pretty goal.
Yeah.
Right?
It was
It was
the
beautiful.
best goal I've ever had.
And then whether it's school or just kind of outside of athletics, what stands out for you? Special course, teacher.
I have a lot of good friends, which are also my good teammates. We're always there for each other no matter what, on and off the field. It's really helpful to have people like that because you have them in school and then you have them here and you just kind of have that connection, which makes you a better player.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I know that's part of the frustration, or has been part of the frustration over the last several months, is you just haven't had, you know, as much of that close, you know, contact, being able to do as much as possible together. And of course, you guys communicate a lot like this anyway. Now, does Brewer Field Hockey have a Facebook page or anything like that?
We do.
You do?
Yeah.
Right.
I believe it's a private Facebook for parents and
players.
Players, yes.
Yep.
But for game updates, you can just follow the Brewer Facebook, like the Brewer Athletics one.
Yep. Mr. Otterback does a pretty good job.
He does, yeah. Across the board on social media.
Yep. And, of course, GoBrewerWitches.com, the athletic website as well. All right. Are you guys just halftime duty? Is somebody relieving you?
I don't think so.
I think we're coming back.
I think,
okay.
Yeah, I think we can come back if you...
No, we'll have you.
Wonderful.
Don't you worry. You stay right there.
We should probably go. I'm going to go. Yeah, your nose ring.
All right. We're going to take a break. That is the end of the first half. It is a scoreless first half. Brewer, nothing. And Bapst, nothing. We'll be back with a halftime report next. This is high school sports, high school field hockey tonight from Hedrick Field on Ticket TV and at 929theticket.com. Welcome back to Hedrick Field. We are at the half in this JV contest. And as you can see on the scoreboard across the way, still scoreless after the first 24 minutes. Third quarter just moments away. Our broadcast here tonight of high school field hockey brought to you by Penobscot Cleaning Services Incorporated. Penobscot Cleaning Services, the only name you need to know for all of your professional cleaning and disaster restoration needs. Fire, water, mold, soot, trauma, and more. Plus, carpet and upholstery and area rug cleaning with locations in Brewer and Trenton. 44 years of serving the people of Maine. It's Penobscot Cleaning Services. Check them out at penobscotcleaning.com. And our broadcast here tonight is brought to you by Dean's Detailing, located at 264 3rd Street in Bangor. Give your car a fresh start inside and out. Give Dean's Detailing a call at 945-3016, or you can very easily book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Brewer girls, varsity girls, I should say, winning the first game here tonight by a final of 6-3. A hat trick for Janessa Bishop, the senior with 3 goals here tonight. 2 goals for another senior, Paige Seymour, and then a freshman, Laura Stewart, with a goal for the Witches as well. They improved to 2-2 on the season. The John Bapst Crusaders are now 0-2 here in 2020. And a quick look at the Patriots game. They are in Kansas City. Of course, the game rescheduled from yesterday with the positive COVID test for Cam Newton. Obviously, he is out of action. Brian Hoyer getting the start for the Pats tonight. And the Patriots are holding their own in a very low-scoring game. Patriots defense doing a nice job, knock on wood, at least to this point, holding Patrick Mahomes and that very powerful Kansas City offense in check. It is currently 6-3. The Patriots with the football right now. Brian Hoyer on the night. The journeyman quarterback, 8 for 14 for just 62 yards. He has thrown 1 interception. Mahomes 11 for 17 for 137 yards. But the Patriots, again, right there in a one-score game, and they have the football. Currently, it is 2nd down and 8 on the Kansas City 40-yard line. Damian Harris was activated for the Pats. 8 carries for just 28 yards for Harris. James White back in action for the Patriots tonight. 3 receptions for 21 yards. And we'll see if the Patriots, at the very least, can get this game even heading into the halftime break. The Patriots, a double-digit underdog for the first time since 2010. Very unusual to see the Patriots an underdog to that extent, but so far, not so bad, I guess is the best way to put it. It's not great, but it's not so bad, and I think a lot of people expect it to be a lot worse as they close in on the end of the first half. Got a 3rd and 5 coming up for the Pats. Meanwhile, here on the grass at Hedrick Fields, we are set for second half action, and it's going to be Brewer getting things off and running. And we got a foot violation, and Brewer player down momentarily. Was the player who was nicked up there briefly. She's a sophomore from right here in Brewer. And Lavin takes a hack at it, but the whistle blows, and the Crusaders had the Broncos on Thursday. They also wear purple. They'll bring it out to the 16 and get things in motion. We gave our color analysts a little time off, but they are back. And there's a shot and a save. And the Witches keep the pressure on, and they still are denied. The Brewers certainly has had the better of the opportunities in this game. Strong hit there by Lavin, but a save by Bapst. And now the Crusaders will try to clear it out of there, as we have Claire Warmoth and Allie Crawford back with us. Did you get a halftime snack or anything good?
I didn't eat anything. Kind of wish.
I was kind of hoping you'd go get me a coffee. But.
No, I put my nose ring back in.
Oh, there you go.
As eventful as it gets, you know.
Got to get the important things out of the way before you get back into broadcasting. Wow, it's going to be interesting to see. We did have a tie in the JV game last Thursday between Brewer and Hamden. Still looking for our first goal in this one tonight. Boy, 6 goals in the first half in your game, Claire. 3 more goals in the second half. That's a pretty high-scoring field hockey game, right?
Yeah, we had some goals come in just out of unpreparedness. So I think that was kind of on both sides. So there were a lot of scoring, which is exciting. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
I prefer high-scoring games to lower ones.
Enjoyed it. Yep. Got a whistle here. It's going to go against John Bapst.
It's going to be
Downs trying to get control there, and could be a violation against the Witches. So when you made the decision back in 6th grade to take up field hockey, was it something, a shot on goal there by Brewer, but kicked aside and goes across the end line. Do you remember, was it something that maybe either an older sibling or an older friend or a parent just kind of encouraged you to partake in, and obviously 7 years later, here you are as a senior, but do you remember how that all came about, Allie?
Actually, I do.
Okay,
So,
all right.
I went to Holbrook Middle School, and we don't have a field hockey program, but we knew Brewer did.
Yep.
And Janessa, who played ice hockey at the time,
Oh, okay.
learned about field hockey at the Brewer system, and I was really good friends with her. So, her and Paige both.
Yep.
So, I decided that I would try it with them.
Yep.
And ended up liking it. And I went through every position and then ended up as a forward.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Played some goalie too?
Unfortunately, yes.
Really?
She did. We have some great photos of that.
Ooh.
Not so great, but
That experience was not the best for you?
oh, I let in so many goals.
Well, you found your home at forward. Now, do you remember who was your coach back then in middle school?
It was Amy.
Amy Fowler at the
Amy
time,
Fowler.
I
Yep.
guess.
And
It's different
then,
now, but
yeah, so she was the middle school coach until our freshman year, right?
yes.
And then we obviously went to Sarah.
Yep. That being Sarah Estes. right?
Yes.
Yep.
I think it was until our sophomore year, because
Yeah.
then,
Sarah season Skip.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then Jess came.
yes.
Jess was our goalie coach.
Yeah, so she worked with defensive players and our goalies most of the time. So.
Corner here for Bapst. And some kind of
Something going
violation
on.
here.
I think they went early.
Yeah. That would be the Bapst going to get another shot at it. So explain that. The ball has to be struck. Yep. And then they can charge to their assigned positions.
Yeah, so,
Oh, nice pass right there. And Bapst does not score, and some frustration there by the Crusader player.
she was close. I can understand that frustration.
Oh, I've definitely gone through that frustration many times.
I don't get up in the circle very often, so if I don't score,
I
not
hope
really a
you
big
don't
deal.
get in the circle. That would be interesting.
It would, yeah. I tip if I'm there. Ooh, good send.
Oh, see, now I just learned another term, send. So send would be out of the zone
Yeah,
or out of
so
the... Yeah.
she just hit the ball really hard.
Send it away.
Yes.
From that goal.
Oh, you have something going on.
So what about your experience getting into field hockey, Claire?
So, when I was little, I did competitive swimming. So I wasn't planning on doing a sport, but I've been friends. At the time, I wasn't friends with Allie because we didn't know each other since I went to Brewer Middle School. But I had known Paige since I was really young, and so when I heard that she was doing it and that she'd be part of a Brewer program, I took that chance to do that as well. And then I got to meet a whole bunch of people, and have continued and loved it ever since.
Yep, Claire's been probably my longest best friend since 6th grade.
Wow.
That. But that was really cool having the
Now
girls
don't
from
make
Holbrook.
me cry, you guys. There's no crying in broadcast.
You betcha.
It's like it all.
This is a really good team sport.
Mhm.
Yeah, really good for
Camaraderie.
yeah if you want to get to know people in high school, if you want to start with a fall sport, getting to know people, this is a really good one.
Yep. Well, you guys are certainly a good advertisement for field hockey and Brewer field hockey.
We have
all
a lot
of you
of
have
fun.
been. Yep.
We do have a lot of fun. Our numbers have been kind of down, because of this season. We're in a pandemic, so but also since the addition, since the addition of volleyball, we've kind of lost numbers. Just because a lot of girls really love that sport, which is understandable. It's a fun one, but it has made our numbers go down a little bit. So we take every chance we get to advertise our program because we love to have new players.
Right, and some pretty strong rosters, but obviously 8 seniors, including you two, so there's some shoes to fill.
Yeah, we had more seniors that were supposed to play, actually. In the
Oh, that's right.
Originally it was 10 or 11.
Yeah, it was 11.
Wow.
But our new players have honestly done so well with picking up the sport and hustling on the field, and it's been really impressive.
Yeah, Sarah's done a really good job coaching the middle school league so that they're ready when they come up to high school.
Definitely.
And they're definitely competitive and ready to play with us.
And then even new players that we have a lot of new sophomores this year.
Yeah.
And Jess has really gotten them, as well as Coach Paige and Sophie have really gotten them to be very competitive and really great teammates.
Yep.
So.
That's how you sustain a strong program. All right, under 2 minutes left to go here in this third quarter, and still looking for our first goal here in this JV matchup between Brewer and John Bapst. And there you go, right on cue. The Brewer Witches score the first goal of the game. And who retrieved that ball? Was it Brooklyn Fick?
Brooklyn, yeah.
Brooklyn Fick turns and fires, and let's take a look at the replay right here. Oh, it just got past that John Bapst defender. The goalie stepped out, and Brooklyn scooped it home, and the Witches lead it 1-0. As I was telling Kendra Diaz, I finally figured out in the middle of my third field hockey broadcast that the player that goes to get the ball is the one who scored.
Yes. Typically, yes.
Takes
if
me
they
a while.
remember.
That's how
Takes
it's
me a while.
supposed to be. That's not how it always is.
Sometimes people get really excited and forget.
Too much jumping and screaming.
Oh, yeah.
What was the, from a game standpoint, and it's probably going to be a win, but what stands out as the coolest or just most fun victory you've had playing field hockey?
So I think that my most memorable was when we played Old Town in the playoffs my freshman year. And that was our first playoff game win in many, many years. So 20 years. So it was a good one. That was very exciting. Really fun to play.
I've had a lot of memorable wins, so I can't really remember a specific one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think last week's against Hamden was exciting too, just because it was senior night.
Senior night.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's always
kind of from
it's always
behind.
fun.
Yeah. All right. Final second ticks off the clock, and that will do it for the third quarter. The Witches, they got to update that scoreboard over there. Brewer did score, right?
They did, yes.
Who's running the scoreboard over there?
Sarah.
It is 1-0 Brewer after 3. This is high school field hockey on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Hedrick Field, high school field hockey on Ticket TV at 929theticket.com. Jim Churchill, along with a couple of the Brewer High School varsity field hockey players, Allie Crawford and Claire Warmoth. Max Pottle directing this game. Mark Paulette was directing the first game, and that was a Brewer win over John Bapst by a score of 6-3. The Witches trailed 1-0 and 2-1, but then they scored 4 unanswered goals, and they eventually won it 6-3 over the Crusaders. So the Witches improved to 2-2. John Bapst falls to 0-2. Here in Game 2 of the night, the JV game, Brewer with a late goal by Brooklyn Fick in the third quarter. They have a 1-0 lead over the Crusaders of John Bapst. And our broadcast here tonight is brought to you in part by Brewer Federal Credit Union. We're here for all life's moments. Just underway here in quarter number 4. So you said your mom chimed in. How does she think you're doing as a broadcaster?
Oh, she actually just texted me and said, "You guys sound great."
See?
So, and then my dad
seal of approval.
My dad keeps texting me saying that I need to do a best dad ever shout out. So.
Oh.
Hi, Dad. You're the best
Usually
dad
hi,
ever.
Mom, but Dad gets a hi, Dad.
Mom's
that's
the best
cool.
mom ever too. So it's
No.
Yeah, let's not leave her out of this.
Yeah, let's not leave Mom out of this. Keep chiming in.
Now, Claire, do you have any siblings?
I do. I have 2 older brothers.
Mhm.
Both of them are quite a bit older than me.
Yeah.
One is currently at the University of Oregon.
Oh, wow. That's a cool place.
Yeah, he's studying sports and business management.
Nice.
I think. I'm pretty sure. And then the other one lives in Falmouth.
No, that's a very nice place. How about you, Allie?
I have an older brother.
Mhm.
He just graduated college at Husson last year.
Yeah.
So he was in the criminal justice program.
Okay.
So now he's doing dispatch at the Penobscot Dispatch Center.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So older brothers.
Yep.
It worked out okay for you guys. Look.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he's like my best friend.
Now, wait a minute. Claire was your best friend.
Okay, he's my older brother. There's a difference.
All right. I understand. Just giving you a hard time.
We actually hosted a foreign exchange student from Germany, so
Oh, no,
she
that's
was my
really
only
cool.
sister so far. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great experience.
We had a good time.
I keep begging my parents to get us a foreign exchange student, but
Right.
we obviously couldn't this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this
Which
is not the time for it.
It's a really nice program that they've got going on. for the
Yeah.
most part, so.
And how did they enjoy their year here?
So my sister Yana, she had a really great year. One of her friends had to go home early, which was a little hard, but overall she had a really good
Yep.
time. And I'm hoping to go visit her before college.
And that would be outstanding. Still 1-0 Witches. And Brewer trying to add to their total, but denied by the Bapst goalie. And again, I apologize to Bapst fans out there. We just don't have numbers to go along with these names. 8:40 on the clock here at Hedrick Field on a chilly night. Started out beautiful, nice, warm, late afternoon. The moon is rising to our right.
Oh, wow.
It's very orange.
It's very orange.
Very brewerish, huh?
That's Morgan Downs with that breakaway. Or no, it's not. I'm kidding.
That's Grace
That's
Henry.
Grace Henry. A great breakaway, though. Morgan Downs is also playing very well.
They're all playing
They
very
all
well.
are.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for them too because they only get one pass for a parent to come when the
Yeah.
seniors get two.
Yeah.
So the varsity players typically have their family here.
Yeah.
But they really appreciate the varsity players staying and watching
Yeah.
their games.
Yep.
Yeah. so we try to do it as much as possible.
Yeah, and again, those are just small things that make a good program, and you guys are smart enough to understand it. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Tim Bush. If you were looking to buy or sell your next home, call Tim Bush at Next Home Experience today. His number, 951-0747. That's 951-0747. Corner for the Witches. Just over 7 minutes left in this one. Max has given me hand signals, and Brewer has scored again. The Witches make it 2-0. Oh, see, they got too excited. They didn't take the ball into the goal.
Oh.
Who was it?
Was that Cadence?
See, they screwed us up. They got too excited. They didn't go get the ball into the goal. You just said that. Here we go. We get a good look.
Oh, it was Cadence. Oh, that's so good.
Wow. That was like a one-timer right there.
Yeah. She's a new player to our program, and she's improved so much over the last, how long have we been playing? Like a month now?
A month.
Yeah.
Cadence Tripp.
Yeah, she's been doing so well.
Sophomore from Eddington with the goal there to make it 2-0. So goals in this one for Brooklyn Fick, and now Cadence Tripp.
That's Bree. She's been doing really strong this season. She has really good hits, which has been really helpful for varsity.
Yeah.
And I know
Good
it's been
hand.
helpful.
Good handle there. A little kick saved by the goalie.
Ooh, nice Morgan.
Steal
Nice
there
by
by
Grace.
Morgan Downs, and
Yeah.
Grace Henry
Nice
has
job,
scored.
Grace. That's another goal for her this season. So she got her first one at our last home game. So
We have
Make it
very
3-0 Brewer as we get a good look at it here. Grace Henry, right side of the goal, and punches it home. And arms are raised to make it 3-0 Witches.
So this is Grace's first year in the program as well.
Oh, wow.
But she's a sophomore. She did
Yeah.
cross country last year. But she's also improved just greatly. So good stop. Come on, get there, get there.
So 9 goals between the two games for Brewer. 6 in the first game, and now 3 in the JV game. Max, we got to give kudos to Nathaniel Bailey. I mean, there was a couple of times, and we get on him a little bit, but he said he'd be better. I mean, he was behind a few goals in that last game, but he's been good tonight. Could let Max talk. He's shaking his head. He's been good tonight. There, right, Max?
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
Nice job.
It's cold up there, so especially
Yes,
on top of the scaffolding.
Yeah, and he can't let down. He just can't take any time off on that job when you're the only camera.
Nope, definitely not.
I did it like 4 times.
Oh, nice Bree.
Yeah,
Ooh,
steal
great
and a
breakaway.
shot, and that one goes wide left across the end line. So you've got the rest of the season, 6 games remaining. We'll have 3 more games right here on Ticket TV upcoming. Obviously a different situation. You're not necessarily, nobody's playing for a championship. Just kind of sum up the goals coming into the season.
I think that the main goal for our team was just to get back into playing. Just to be able to get to these games where we're playing other schools.
Right.
Because it just helps you grow so much in your ability. I think that we're going to be doing some sort of tournament at the end of the season just to wrap things up.
Okay.
We have been told it'll be called a COVID Cup.
Oh.
So
Okay.
We don't know what that is quite yet.
All right.
But we have been told that that might be happening.
No, that would be cool.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Extend the season just a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
That was a good stop by that goalie.
That was an excellent save, but also great pressure there by Spree Lavin, right?
Yep.
Yes. And there goes Grace Henry with that.
This season's also been very weird with we aren't playing who we normally play.
Right.
Because they're not
Regionalized,
doing
yeah.
classes anymore.
Yeah.
Which we would still be Class A
Yes.
this season. So we would be playing Skowhegan and Lawrence.
Mhm.
So there's just a bunch of teams that are a little too far out of our driving range.
Oh. Great opportunity. I think that was Morgan Downs with the shot, and another nice save by the goalie. Yeah, when you think of field hockey in Maine, that Skowhegan program has had just a little bit of success, right?
Yes.
Multiple state championships in a row.
So many.
Another orange and black school.
Do you have to give them credit, though? They are a good team.
Yeah.
Not too mad that we don't have to play them this year, though.
Yeah.
They're a very good program.
Those types of games let you work on your abilities a lot and your skills.
Mhm.
Just because you're...
They have a club down there, too.
Yep. Is that Majestics?
Yeah, Majestics. And then same with Belfast. They have Black Bear Elite, which Paige plays on.
Yeah.
I used to play on.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had good program there over the years. If you're looking for great food, drinks, and views, try Sea Dog Brewing Company on the waterfront in downtown Bangor. Sea Dog is open for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. Located at 26 Front Street in Bangor. They're open Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays noon till 9, and Sundays noon until 6. Broadcast of high school field hockey also brought to you by Northeast Driving School. They're Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. In fact, the #1 driving school in the state of Maine. Visit them at 360 Harlow Street in Bangor. You can register today at northeastdrivingschool.com. I learned during the break that both of you are students of Northeast Driving School, and you said you're both great drivers.
Oh, I'm a fantastic driver. Claire's a little iffy.
Hey,
Whoa.
I'm a good driver.
She almost drove me into a ditch once.
That's true. But we didn't go into the ditch, so
We did not.
I didn't know there was a ditch there.
I yelled at you.
You did.
Yep.
We were fine. That road's weird. I'm blaming it on the road.
Stay out of the ditches. All right, we are down to 35 seconds, so it looks like Brewer's going to pull off the sweep tonight. Varsity winning 6-3, and right now the JV team pitching a shutout, leading John Bapst 3-0. And they're underway in Kansas City, still 6-3 Chiefs. Leading the Patriots. Wow, you guys scored as many points as the Patriots and Chiefs have scored through more than half of that football game. So you must know some of the football players, and they must be disappointed, right?
Not too many of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that a lot of them are disappointed.
Okay.
I think what she meant is we don't know too many
I
of
don't
them.
know too many
Yeah.
of them.
Just play along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know too many.
I'm sure that they're disappointed that they don't get a season. Just no, we don't know too many of them.
I'm
All
good
right.
friends with one of them, and he's upset about it.
Okay. All right. There.
We got that across. They are upset they don't have a season.
All right, well, the siren has sounded, and that's going to do it for this JV game. Well, guys, it was a pleasure. We covered a lot of topics,
Thank
covered a lot of
you.
ground, and we got 2 wins tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always good.
Allie Crawford, Claire Warmoth, thank you very much, and we'll see you. Let's put up the Brewer field hockey schedule, the remaining schedule. Max? There it is. So our next game will be Herman at Brewer coming up on the 17th. That's going to be an afternoon game. So we'll see you then. All right, Claire and Allie, they're heading home, and Brewer picking up the 2 wins here tonight. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and do the post-game highlights, and we'll tee it up for tomorrow night. We'll be heading to Doyle Field for a couple of soccer games. This is Ticket TV. Back at Hedrick Field, Jim Churchill with you for the post-game show. 2 field hockey games played here tonight at Hedrick Field, and 2 wins for the Brewer Witches. They win the varsity game by a score of 6-3, and in the JV game, Brewer with another win over John Bapst by a final of 3-0. And our games here tonight are brought to you by Twin City Tire. Twin City Tire is your #1 locally owned snow tire dealer. They're located at 609 Wilson Street in Brewer, or you can visit them at Twin City Tire Express at 30 Sparks Avenue in Brewer. And our broadcast here tonight also brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com. And our broadcast tonight also presented by Penobscot Cleaning Services Incorporated, the only name you need to know for all of your professional cleaning and disaster restoration needs, whether it be fire, water, mold, soot, trauma, or more. Plus, they have carpet and upholstery and area rug cleaning with locations in Brewer and Trenton. Penobscot Cleaning Services, 44 years of serving the people of Maine, and you can check them out at penobscotcleaning.com. All right, 3-0, the win for Brewer here in the JV game, and let's take a look at the goals scored here tonight. And the Witches applying a lot of pressure. It was scoreless at the half, and then Brewer got it going in the second half. That was Brooklyn Fick with a turnaround fire there. And then the goal there, I'm sorry, that was, bear with me here just for a second. Yeah, that was Caden's Tripp with a goal there. And then the Brewer JV team made it 3-0. Grace Henry from the right side punches one home to make it 3-0, and that would be the final score. All right, want to thank our crew here tonight. Max Pottle worked camera in the first game. He directed game number 2. Nathaniel Bailey was on our #1 camera for both games, and Mark Paulette was directing things in the varsity contest here tonight. And also want to thank our guest analysts here tonight. We had Kendra Diaz in the first game, the older sister and a former field hockey player at Old Town High School, older sister of Maddie Diaz, the Brewer varsity goaltender. And then our guest analysts from the Brewer varsity team here in 2020 joining us for the JV game, Claire Warmoth and Allie Crawford. Thanks to them as well. We really do appreciate it. And coming up tomorrow night, we have high school soccer for you. It all gets underway just a little bit before 5 o'clock. Brewer and Hamden, and from Doyle Field, under the lights, boys game at 5 p.m. and then the girls game right after that. Hope you can join us for the soccer matchups tomorrow night here at 929theticket.com. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. Jim Churchill saying so long from Hedrick Field. Again, the finals tonight in the varsity game, Brewer 6, John Bapst 3. In the JV game, Brewer 3, John Bapst nothing. Thanks for tuning in to Ticket TV at 929theticket.com.